There you are, dog. Hello, YouTube. My demanding lassie. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Christmas is over. Alas, it's done. Damien came over. We de-Christmasified Christmas. I was having this problem on YouTube. I mean on Discord. De-Christmasized. Is there a word? I'm making it up. Anyway, Christmas is over, sadly. So it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. So yeah, Trump caved. I'll get started on TikTok right now. Trump caved entirely on Greenland, spectacularly in only the weak-kneed way that Trump can. Doesn't mean it's over entirely, but I'm making sure my dog here doesn't just completely eat up my yard. Hey. My dog has been eating plants all day on my balcony, but I feel bad. So like she wants to go on the balcony. I'm like, fine. And she's doing it again. So we're going to wait a second. La, 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 la. Anyway, hello, folks. I'm going to have to go yell at her again. She goes under my tree, my one seat, and then finds all the little bits of plant. Oh, there she is. Less of a problem now. All right, you want to come in? Okay, go on in. There you go. Good girl. All right, that's better. That's better. All right. Oops. What am I doing here? Oop. There we go. All right. Yes, let's go live on TikTok. Well, exactly. He's Trump, so he's crazy. You know, everything can change. But at least as of right now, he caved. He caved. He totally caved. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. She's playing the guilt card? Probably. Welcome, TikTokers. Hello, everybody. All right. We got TikTok rolling now. I've got multiple goats, pickles. We got everything ready. We got everything ready for today's show. Hello, TikTok. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome. Especially to our Danish friends who kicked ass. Donald Trump caved. Donald Trump caved. La, 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 la. Donald Trump caved. Taco. I mean, you know, I'm glad he caved, but oh my God, did Donald Trump cave? Monumental weakness from Donald Trump today. He blinked so fast and so hard. It was furious how much he's blinked and flat and whatever. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm John Aravosis. We are going to be talking today about the latest news, especially the fact that Donald Trump blinked. Hello, Norway. Happy to say we're not invading yet. So the art of the deal. Oh my God, he's such a loser. It was very funny today. So lots of news today. Welcome, everybody. I'm John Aravosis. We tell what the latest news. We'll start with Trump, as we always, a little bit of Ukraine news. Ain't a lot of news coming from Ukraine other than Russia keeps bombing, you know, but what do you do with that? So let's get rolling. Keep the gifts coming, guys. I appreciate your gifts. Thank you, Big Pink. Your gifts help keep me going, so I appreciate it. I do this for a living, so thank you for all your support. It means a lot to me. Keep in mind, super fans, join us, especially super fans. We do a special show on the weekend for you guys on TikTok, YouTube, Discord, etc., who are the monthly subscribers. So love you in particular. Love you all anyway. Thank you, Big Hawk. So yeah, so the big news today, Donald Trump caved on Greenland. The war is called off. He blinked. He got scared. He got chicken. He got cold feet, totally freaking caved. Now, combination of things happened here. Trump freaked out. Thank you, Jen. Freaked out because the stock market freaked out yesterday. So U.S. stock market had a little mini crash yesterday, freaked him out. Mortgage rates went up, which he was not happy about. Oh, thank you, Succeed. That's the saxophone. I was wondering what that was. Thank you, guys. Mortgage rates went up yesterday because of what Trump did on Greenland. Not so thrilled about that. And you know what? The Europeans stood up to him. The Europeans today in Davos stood up to him. I mean, person after person after person. Thank you, Garden Girl. Very nice gift there. Thank you, Dario and Garden Girl both. The Canadian Prime Minister gave a hell of a speech, a very sad speech, but a hell of a speech talking about us and also kind of the world. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Annie. Across the board, very strong speeches. Trump caved. Even weirder, I mean, not weirder, typical of Trump. Trump caves and, of course, announces victory. I've negotiated with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, and we've reached a deal. Liar, because Greenland is an independent country. Thank you, Annie. You didn't negotiate with Mark Rutte of NATO over Greenland's sovereignty. That literally didn't happen. Rutte then, my favorite though, the NATO guy, puts out a statement and says, we've reached an agreement that a coalition of countries will guarantee Greenland's security. And you're going, a coalition of countries will guarantee Greenland's security. Hey, maybe we could call those countries NATO, because Greenland's already in NATO. Greenland is already secured by a coalition of countries. Thank you, Jen. I mean, ridiculous. Exactly, NATO. Guys, he caved. Then Trump got asked, and it was great. He literally, I kid you not, Trump got asked today by CNBC or somebody about the deal. They said, well, could you tell us more about this deal, Mr. Trump? This sounds wonderful. Can you tell us more? He says, well, I can only tell you we have the concepts of a deal. He literally said that. Now, those of you who don't know, one of Trump's most famous bullshit lines ever was he was asked about healthcare reform. And I believe this was healthcare policy. For 8 years, or 9 years now, Trump kept talking about wanting to do away with our healthcare. And he is, by the way. He's not going to renew the Obamacare subsidies, people's healthcare plans. Many of them are going to double. It could cost me $4,000 this year because Trump is refusing to extend subsidies. The Obamacare subsidies that have expired, half of them expired. And when asked several years ago about, Mr. Trump, it's been years and years and years and years that you kept saying since 2015 that you were just coming out within weeks with a healthcare plan. Do you have a healthcare plan? And he goes, we have the concepts of a plan. And everybody mocked him left and right because it was clear he had nothing. He literally used, guys, this shows that there's not something quite right with the man. He has been mocked for years about the healthcare stuff, claiming he had the concepts of a plan. And he literally today said, I have the concepts of a deal. There's no deal. There's no deal at all. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you, Annie. I have like gifts on TikTok recording me to shake my head. So anybody over on YouTube trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, it's no, I'm trying. I have lots of notes on this too, but I'm trying to think. What else do we have here? Right, the collective defense. He's not going to do the tariffs now. He's not going to do the tariffs, so that's good. Ha ha ha. What else did he do in Davos? Oh God. So Davos. So he goes to Davos. Davos is the big rich people summit for economics, kind of. A lot of leaders from all over the world show up. Lots of top CEOs of companies. Big deal. Thank you, Luis. And Trump shows up and gives a speech today. And in his speech, he does a number of things. One, he went off on the most racist rant about people from Somalia ever. Trump is on a kick, a Somali hating kick. Now, the reason, what are you doing? Okay, craziness. Sorry, my dog was doing something weird over there. The reason is because there's a Democratic congresswoman he doesn't like. Thank you, Carrie. Ilhan Omar. And I don't like her either, to be honest. I mean, she's super far left. I don't like her for a variety of reasons, but doesn't turn me into a racist. She's just a politician I don't like. That's okay. Trump has decided he doesn't like this politician. She's dark-skinned, she's Muslim, she's Somali American. So he has decided he hates all Somalians and all Somali Americans. I can't even repeat the things he's been saying about them. Today he went off in claiming they've stolen billions of dollars from the state of Minnesota and all this crazy stuff. So that was part of it. The other part, and I'm going to pull up this audio, which was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous stuff here. By the way, mods, you know what to do. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you guys are at least outing yourselves because that's the key word. That's the key word. Bye-bye keyword. Yeah, make sure they're blocked, guys. Thank you. Watch this video. Trump got totally confused during his speech at Davos and thought that he was invading Iceland instead of Greenland. And as somebody, I forgot who it was, tweeted today and said, yeah, obviously Greenland is really important to American security because you can't even get the name right. 3 different times he called Greenland Iceland. Now, this is, by the way, remember during that weird text message he sent Sunday, he got confused between Norway and Denmark. Denmark is part, I don't know, controls Greenland, what word you want to use, but Denmark and Greenland are part of the Kingdom of Denmark, okay? So they're part of the state, whether it controls them, whatever you want to call it, owns them, I don't know. But it's Denmark. Trump went crazy on Norway and threatened Norway because they didn't give Trump the Nobel Prize, so he was going to take Greenland. And we're going, why would you punish? How do you punish Norway by taking land away from Denmark? Right? That doesn't make sense unless you're confused and you think Norway is Denmark. Well, today, I'm going to pull this up. It's fabulous. 3 times in the speech in a row, he confused Norway, Greenland and Iceland, which are not the same country, I will say. Here we go.
For them, I don't know that they'd be there for us. So with all of the money we expend, with all of the blood, sweat, and tears, I don't know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what? Iceland. We took a lot of hit on the stock market because of Iceland. Iceland has cost us lots of money.
He means Greenland. He means Greenland. He's absolutely losing it. I mean, and the thing too, I mean, guys, Davos is like it is truly the world stage. He went in front of the leaders of the world, the business leaders and the political leaders of the world with all the media there and got totally confused between Greenland and Iceland and thought they were the same place. You know, again, I love it because it makes him look like a total fool. Yeah, time to take the keys away, Donald. Greenland, Iceland. It's Iceland. He also claimed, this is great. He also claimed NATO would never come to our, he was talking to the rest of that thing, that clip I showed. NATO will never come to our defense. Actually, NATO did come to our defense. The only time that Article 5 of the NATO Charter was invoked and that NATO came to the aid of anybody was the United States after 9/11. That's the only time that NATO came to the aid of any NATO country, the United States. And he literally had the nerve to say they would never come to our aid. He's, well, we work together. Yes, we work together in Afghanistan and Iraq and other places. But the point is, as far as Article 5, it's the United States, the only NATO ally who said, I'm under attack, help me, was America. And NATO showed up and helped, which is also then how Iraq and Afghanistan worked, because those were outcroppings of 9/11, even though lie, but still, right? Really amazing. The Switzerland stuff, we found out today that the reason Trump put tariffs on Switzerland last year is because he had a phone call with the Swiss president, who was a woman, and she rubbed him the wrong way. So he put tariffs on her. Again, I think this is great. It's embarrassing as hell for him. It makes him look incredibly stupid, incredibly weak. Europe just learned a very important lesson. Canada too, I'll say, in the sense that all these countries standing up to Trump learned an important lesson. Sometimes when you stand up to him, he gets scared and he blinks. This affected the U.S. economy and it scared the hell out of him, which is, again, great. But, there's more news, but I get very happy about some of this kind of stuff. You don't see his kids around. That's an interesting point, Linda. Linda said it's interesting you don't see his kids around. That's actually true. Remember how he would always take Ivanka embarrassingly everywhere, right? Thank you, Russell. Oh my God, remember he took Ivanka to some of the summits? I forgot what it was. Oh God. Okay, I should see if I can find. Hold on. What summit was it? Was it the the G8 maybe? Ivanka. I'm going to go with G7. Let me try this. Ivanka Lagarde Summit. Oops. I may have to, I'm spelling things wrong here. Is this the one? I don't know whether the video is going to show it. Yes. Okay. Ivanka is talking to Christine Lagarde, who is brilliant. I want to say she headed up the IMF. Now she's somebody big. Well, who the hell is she in the EU? I'm spacing out, guys. What's Lagarde's position at the EU? Totally forgetting now. She's huge. Is she like president? Like I said, your positions always confuse the heck out of me over there at the EU. But she's a huge deal. European Central Bank head. Okay, I thought she might be the central bank head. Okay, she's the head of the central bank for the Europe. Brilliant woman. Economics. I mean, like, just to make her even scarier, she's like economic smart. So she's like an economy nerd, right? Brilliant woman. She's at the G20 or whatever it was, this big group. Trump goes to this meeting of leaders of the world, and he brings his daughter Ivanka. This was the last time he was president. Brings Ivanka, and Ivanka is sitting here talking to Lagarde, Macron, the president of France, and somebody else, I think. And they're talking, and she's trying to pretend like she knows what the hell's going on, and she's just going, yes, yes, as if they're talking to her, and they're not talking to her. Check this 20-second clip out from The Guardian.
As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though, a lot of people start listening who wouldn't otherwise listen.
And the same with the defense side of it, in terms of the whole sort of business.
Look, they're not even listening to her. and Lagarde gives her a look at one point. Lagarde literally turns and goes.
The government is banning this $29 AI.
I mean, oh my God. But the best part was, I don't know if you could hear, she's repeating everything and he goes, yes, very important. And she goes, oh, yes, very important. And he goes, yes, yes. She goes, yes, yes. And she's repeating everything that each person is saying. Oh my God. I mean, hold on, I'm pulling this up one more time from The Guardian. One more time here.
It's all, As soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though, a lot of people start listening who wouldn't otherwise listen.
And the same with the defense side of it, in terms of the whole sort of business. It's been very male dominated. So.
And she's kind of going la la la, and Lagarde's kind of just looking at her, and Macron just keeps talking. Oh my God, unbelievable! These people, absolutely unbelievable. But that was first term Trump. But that's a good point. Where are the kids? You don't see. Well, where are the kids? Making a lot of money is where the kids are. I mean, they're not gone, but they've learned to stay out of the public eye, which is very interesting. Greenland versus Epstein. CNN had some interesting coverage today that Trump's net approval on Greenland versus Epstein. So net approval, I've told you before, is an interesting way of looking at how popular somebody or some issue is. You look at the net approval, which means what is the difference between the approval and the disapproval? If the approval is 50 and the disapproval is 40%, your net approval is plus 10%. That's at least good in the sense that your approval is positive, right? People like you more than they hate you, right? If your approval is only 40% and your disapproval is 60%, your net approval is negative 20. Negative 20 is bad because it means people really don't like you or they really don't like your issue, right? So CNN looked at the net approval of Trump on Epstein, on his handling of the Epstein crisis, and on the scandal, and on his handling of Greenland, of invading Greenland. And what they found was Trump's net approval on Epstein is negative 38. Negative 38, meaning he's 38% more people are against him on how he's handling Epstein. On buying Greenland, negative 40. He's actually less popular on Greenland than he is on how he's handling Epstein. And Epstein is a disaster for him, how he's handling it. Um, what's his face from CNN, who I love, Harry Enton says, there's barely any issue out there worse for Trump than Epstein, but Greenland is arguably the most unpopular thing that Trump can try to do. So the funny thing is, in terms of shifting attention from Epstein, because people were saying they thought Trump was doing that, maybe, but he shifted to an issue where he's even more unpopular, which is funny as hell. But here, yep, correct. I thought that was Theresa May. Yeah. That had to be Theresa May, because this was, again, probably 5 years ago, JTA. Yeah. Oh, my. I mean, just amazing. What else we got here? New York Times. This is a weird story. So you've heard probably that the Republicans in Congress decided to go after Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton on Epstein in order to deflect attention away from Trump. And I don't quite get it, because I mean, what I mean is, if you're Bill and Hillary, I would have shown up, and somebody mentioned this yesterday on Twitter and said, plead the Fifth Amendment. Fifth Amendment in America, if they make you testify, you can say, I plead the Fifth, which means I don't want to incriminate myself. Just plead the Fifth and say, but I do remember I saw Trump on the island. And you just keep repeating, but I do remember I saw Trump at the meetings, or I saw Trump at the parties. But you just keep repeating where you saw Trump. I don't recall, but I plead the Fifth, but I do recall seeing Donald Trump at a party. I don't quite understand why. Bill and Hillary kind of said no about testifying, but they also kind of said yes. They said, we'll meet with the chairman. It was very complicated. Well, the House committee, big surprise today, voted to hold Bill and Hillary in contempt, which could throw them in prison. What pisses me off is and this is so typical, a number of House Democrats voted with Republicans to hold Bill and Hillary in contempt. As only a Democrat can. The reason was, listen to this. I think I've got the reason here. They said, okay, I didn't copy it down. I read it to the story. The reason they said was, well, I mean, we don't like this. House Democrats, we don't like what the Republicans are doing, but they've got a point. The subpoena was valid and they really should show up. So they voted to send them to prison, basically, for Trump to prosecute the Clintons. I'm like, you know what? At this point in our democracy, we are no longer at the point where we go, I know what they're doing is really bad, and I know they're trying to bring down the country and end our democracy and blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Gene. But, they've got a point, and maybe we should prosecute Bill and Hillary Clinton for Epstein and ignore Donald Trump because they've got a point. Really? Like, really? What is wrong with these people? I mean, what is wrong with these people? At this point, you're a Democrat. You say, no, this hearing is a joke. The hearing was not done to advance any truth. The hearing was not done to find help for the Epstein victims. The hearing was done to protect Donald Trump and to stop the truth from getting out there about what happened to his victims. Period. You don't vote because, we're Democrats and we've got to do the right thing. Oh my God. Seriously, these people. But I love that. We've got to do the right thing. Doesn't matter. Really amazing. Dog, hi, you're not getting anything. Nope. Hi, not getting anything. No. She's begging for a treat rather early tonight. Thank you for the saxophone. Who is that? Oh, Blue. Thank you, Blue. What else we got? Supreme Court. This is an interesting story. So, as you know, Trump is trying to take over the Federal Reserve Bank in Washington or nationwide. Very scary stuff because the Federal Reserve decides interest rates. And in America, actually, Europe too, I think the central bank, right? Christine Lagarde. In America, interest rates are decided by the Federal Reserve, which is an independent body. They are not subject to the politics of anybody. The president appoints the head, but then the head is independent on his own for 10 years, which is why Trump is so pissed at the head now. Trump appointed the head of the Federal Reserve in America, Jerome Powell, and now he's pissed at Powell because Powell won't lower interest rates even further. because it could cause inflation. So Trump is trying to kick out Powell. He's also trying to kick out another woman who's part of the, I think they call them the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve, so the top people around Powell. And Trump is going after her, claiming she lied about her mortgage or whatever. This is actually a very scary thing too. You see, all of this stuff, as always with Trump, all of this stuff loses. We stop talking about it, right? We stop talking about it. I don't know, Enrique. I thought it was 10. It might be 8. We just stopped talking about it. And what Trump did with this one is he, with Cook, he had his political appointees go through the federal files, go through the records of the federal government to look up people's like your mortgages and my mortgages to see what dirt they could find on them. I mean, no. No, you don't, unless, of course, we're going to do this to every Republican now. When Democrats take over, are we going to just pull up every mortgage of every Republican in the country and have AI go through and look for crimes? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But so anyway, one of the things they're doing is they went after this woman on, claiming she lied about her mortgage, whatever. It's questionable. It also happened before she was appointed to the Federal Reserve. So it's very questionable whether you can even say you're going to fire her because it's not for anything dealing with her job. Well, the case goes to the Supreme Court today. And what do you know? Trump's justices on the Supreme Court are actually not thrilled about what he's doing to this woman on the Federal Reserve. And it sounds like they're going to stand by her. Now, a little more complicated because it's also possible that they could rule that not enough information has been decided yet. Like basically it goes to the lower court first to adjudicate, but it looks very good for this woman, and which is very good for the independence of the Federal Reserve and very bad for Donald Trump's efforts to take over. So that was a very good thing. Some ICE news. This was a really creepy ICE story. I want to show you the photo. David Beer, his name is Beer. David Beer, B-I-E-R, is at the Cato Institute. He covers immigration for them. And hey, enough. Dog is whining. You may not hear her. I hear her whining for treats in the corner. David, where are you, David? One second here. David, here we go. Oops. Here it is. So, David's with Cato. He posts this photo, okay? And I'm going to post the photo. And writes, I will show you in a second over there. I'll show you guys in a second over on YouTube. Photographer Mustafa Basim photographed this boy walking home alone with a snack, being randomly approached by DHS, Homeland Security, after he was unable to produce documentation proving his citizenship. He looks 11 years old, mind you. The agents informed him he was under arrest. He responded, "Can I just go home?" And they said, "No, you're coming with us," and they took him away. Look at this little boy. He went to the candy store. This guy with a mask on stopped him and said, "Prove your citizenship to an 10 or 11. I'm going to say, somebody help me out who's got kids. How old are we talking? I'm going for 11. How old are we talking? Oh, you think 9 even? Could he be that young? I'll show these other guys too. How young does this kid look? 10 to 12? We're getting 9 to 12. We're getting 9 to 12. Yeah. He's still clearly a young kid. This kid has not gone through puberty. Let's put it that way. Horrific what they're doing, right? Possibly 10 years old. And the kid is literally coming home from buying candy. And they stop him because, by the way, he's clearly Latino. Again, the racial profiling is unbelievable. Clearly Latino, I would argue, right? And they look, he's still got his candy in his hand. He's still got the candy in his hand. And they stop him. A 10 or 11-year-old boy, they stop him and say, men with masks, mind you, are stopping your kid on the street and saying, "Prove you're a citizen." Prove you're a citizen? First of all, most of us can't prove we're citizens. I can't prove I'm a citizen. I'd have to look. I still don't remember if my passport might be on my Dropbox or Google Drive, which I'm sure if a masked man asked me for it, there's no way I'd be able to find it, right? But We don't carry, this is America. We don't carry proof of citizenship there because there is no such thing other than your passport, right? Right. Nobody carries a birth certificate. Nobody has a birth certificate. Exactly. Nobody has that with them, right? Nobody does. It literally doesn't happen. In America, it does not exist. It does not exist. You'd have to have your passport, and no idiot travels with their passport. I mean, I shouldn't say idiot, but it's very rare that people travel with their passport. Passport card's the same thing. There's no reason to have a passport card. For most Americans, assuming we're not a fascist country, why would you need a passport card? There's no reason to have it. I never got one. I didn't need one. I'm American. I don't need a passport card, right? A federal ID in my wallet to prove that I'm American. Why? I mean, no, if you cross the border, that's a different story. But I'm talking normal Americans in general. Of course you don't have this stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, no, in the end, I think because they did the facial thing on him, I think they finally figured out he was American because they did the facial stuff on him. I mean, horrific what they're doing to these people. And again, men with masks and guns pulling an 11-year-old kid to the side of the street who simply went to buy candy because he looks Latino. It's, what's interesting too, by the way, we look at stuff at, like, I think of the Japanese internment, World War II. That was something I didn't really grow up learning about that, to be honest. I really didn't know much about it as an adult. And there was an exhibit at the Smithsonian years ago now. I don't even know now. Could have been 20 years ago. I don't even know. And now Trump would freak out at the exhibit, but they had an exhibit at the Smithsonian about Japanese internment. And it was very cool. I mean, very interesting, scary, obviously, but very cool. And they told the whole story, all the photos. It was very well done. And you look at it and you think, and again, I remember thinking, okay, like, you think, how could they do this? But you think, okay, it was the 1940s, right? That was 80 years ago, right? It was World War II, and it was 80 years ago, and people were different then. Like, you like to think that times were different, and that's why we did these kind of things, right? Rather than something like this, right? I mean, all right, K-Des just said, in my World War II class in high school, I couldn't understand how the Holocaust happened. Yeah, exactly. And what, as an American, I will tell you, Americans, maybe Europeans, maybe you guys had the same experience. We grow up and, we don't spend a ton of time on the Holocaust in school. But when it comes up, people think, they think, how could anybody let that happen, right? Why didn't people say no? Why didn't their neighbors defend them? Right? Now you know. Now you know. Anyway, also, I would not call this the slow frog. I was talking to somebody else about this today. Somebody mentioned the slow frog. The idea of it's I think the word is apocryphal. It's not true. Put a frog in cold water and heat it up and the frog won't know and it'll boil. No. From what I've heard, no. But I don't think we're the frog in the cold water. I don't think Donald Trump has been slowly, sneakily heading towards fascism. I don't think it's slow or sneaky at all. I think he's doing what Trump is expert at, which is spamming you, in essence, right? Just spreading you, we used to call it in a debate, where you throw 20 things at you at once. And every day there's 20 new things he's thrown at you, so you don't even know what to do. It's not slow and tricky. It's in your face, meant to freak you out. It's like yelling in your face to get you just to kind of be discombobulated, Thank you for the paper there. Who was that? Thank you, MC. Anyway. I know YouTube does have a nice little view, doesn't it? Oh, this was good too. So David Beer, who's the immigration guy at Cato, the Homeland Security people got pissed at him today and they tweeted at him and said, oh, he's at it again. And he responded, yes, I am at it. Well, remember how Homeland Security and Trump and everybody, they're so upset that those anti-ICE protesters protested in a church. How dare they? How dare they? We must throw them in prison. Well, guess who else has been violating churches? ICE. Did you know that a federal judge had to order ICE to stop invading several houses of worship? Because from day one, ICE was authorized to harass and intimidate people at churches and to make arrests and stage operations at churches. There's a video. I'm going to show you this video of the ICE guys from their lapel thing somebody got. Actually, David Beer released it. The guy at Cato. Cato's a very big, reputable think tank, basically libertarian. Listen to the ICE guy talking on here. Okay, this is the video from Cato.
We got a church coming up on our right.
Well, listen, we've got a church coming up on your right. Okay, listen to this guy.
Hey, if you guys copy, we got a church coming up on our right if we want to pull in there. Yeah, good copy. Pull in there.
I'll around the block and see if it follows me.
Hey, if you guys copy, we got a church.
Not sure what they were planning on doing at the church, but why were the ICE guys going, oh, hey, there's a church, let's pull in there? They didn't say, hey, we need to check our muffler, let's look for a parking lot. He didn't say, oh, hey, there's a parking lot with that church. He said, there's a church, let's pull in there. They pulled in because it was a church. They didn't pull in and it just happened to be a church, right? And again, it's important. And like I said, a judge had to order them to stay away from churches. Yeah. Yep, Madonna. Yep, I am aware of that. Final two things. ICE is moving to deport a U.S. Army veteran detained after failing to use a turn signal. He served 8 years, earned multiple medals, and has 6 U.S. citizen children. He's been transferred to a Los Angeles facility after Trump ended protections for veterans. Thank you, Limoncello. And finally, Ukraine. I mean, there's not, somebody got upset. We weren't talking about Ukraine. There's no Ukraine news. Russia's still bombing. There's literally no news. Other than, which is bad, as of yesterday, the Russians had cut off heat to pretty much half of Kyiv, several million people. They're trying to freeze everybody to death over the winter. A lot of it's back on, but there's still thousands people who don't have heat. But very, very bad stuff. But the Russians are doing what they've done the previous winters. They've been trying to freeze everybody. And again, it's not clear. What do you want, dog? It's not clear what it accomplishes, because it's not like the Ukrainians are going to go, oh, you cut off the heat, I guess we'll give you half our country, crazy invaders, right? I mean, no. ICE deployed in Maine today? What are they planning on catching in Maine? Canadians? I mean, who the hell are they getting in Maine? I don't even understand why you would want to put ICE in Maine. What's the point of that? Right? I mean, seems a little odd. All right, there you go. Oh, all right. All right, that's it for the news. We will hang the lobster. That's right, the lobster. The damn foreign lobster. The damn foreign lobster keeps coming for us. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, is there a Somali? Oh, there's a Somali population in Maine? Get out. Oh, that's not good. Because we know about the bias towards the Somalis. Wow. That's very bad. One more time. Let me give the dog a touch of water. I'm going to give you a touch of water, dog, because you make me feel bad. A touch of water. There. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Anyway, all right. There we go. My dog wanted water. I don't even remember. I don't remember who the governor is anymore in Maine. Is it a Democrat or independent? Who's the governor of Maine? I don't remember anymore. Oh, that's not the woman who pisses Trump off, is it? Is she still there? Janet Mills. Oh, she's still there. Oh, she's good. That's the woman who went to some meeting at the White House or wherever it was, and Trump got so, because he was threatening, and she says, yeah, over my dead body, I'll see you in court or something. And Trump was like, ah, yeah, see you in court. Yep. Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Strong women. Ooh, yes. Trump does not like his strong women. No. Did she win in court too? That's funny. That's funny. Oh, sorry guys, I'm tired. And you know me, always tired. So yes, now we just kind of hang out and talk. So let's talk. Oh, what else? We talk about any of the news, whatever you like. Oh, my Christmas stuff is gone. I'm very sad. But Damien helped today, which is very nice because I hate taking down Christmas. I mean, putting up Christmas stuff is like, it's kind of like going on vacation. It's a pain, but you know you're going somewhere good. Whereas taking down Christmas stuff is always a little depressing, I find. Although I like having the space. Like, it's kind of nice to have everything opened up a little bit. But, but still. And I'm wearing the jacket today. I am. Dog, I so don't trust you. All right, I'm letting you go, but you help me God, I'm yelling at you in 60 seconds. No, my dog, I'm thinking is wanting to go out so she can eat plants again. She's so bad. She's just so bad. I know, seasonal. Yeah, we got all the America's looking at a huge snowstorm coming for much of the country, like 53% of the country or something crazy. We're getting like ice and snow for this weekend. So still a little early to predict, but we were saying we could get a foot of snow in DC possibly. Oh, speaking of which, thank you, Carrie. So that's pretty good. Ice storm for North Carolina. Well, it also depends. It totally depends where it goes, north or south. They don't know. Some talk I was seeing, interestingly enough, said because it's so cold in DC this weekend, it could push the storm further south, which is interesting. So it might actually hit North Carolina and other places and skip DC, But anyway, now I'm going to have to go yell at my dog again because she's eating stuff again. Dog. Hey. Yeah, you. Hi. Yeah. What's up? Uh-huh. Yep. Come on in. Come on. There we go. All right. I know her. I mean, I let her go out because I feel bad. I'm like, I want her to experience the outdoors, but at the same time, I know her, my dog. She was there eating. She finds, like, I grow plants and stuff, and she looks for any of the, detritus or whatever it's called from plants, like the old leaves and old sticks, and just eats them. And then, of course, gets sick and throws up, which is always a joy. Always, I have a balcony. Yeah, always a joy to have the dog throw up on the carpet. So I'm like, and of course now she's on medicine because her legs have, she may have arthritis. So like, I really don't want her throwing up when she's on medicine, because it's medicine, so it's like, oh my God, absolutely terrible. She's just terrible. Oh my God. Anyway, it's a great word. Yeah. I learned that word maybe a few years ago. Detritus. It's a great word. Thank you, Mario. Mario still buying gift memberships. Oh, Tree Robitaille. That's nice. We like Tree Robitaille. Thank you, Mario. My snake plant's okay. It's not, I don't think my snake plant is huge. It's okay. Back for TikTok, it's the big plant right here that's snaky. For YouTube, it's here in Discord. I believe it's called, of all things, it used to be called mother-in-law's tongue, which is very funny. Oh, thank you for the gift there, Carrie. Mine is okay. I had a huge one in New York. Oh my God. There was this wonderful Greek plant seller in New York that I stopped by, on one of those street corners, huge number of plants. And I go in, very nice guy. He's showing me all the plants, and I'm hearing a heavy Greek accent. I said, "Are you Greek?" He said, "Yes." "Why?" And I said, "Because I'm Greek." So of course, then it was just nonstop. Oh my God. Right. It was very nice. Thank you, Carrie. And I ended up buying a snake plant. He charged me $15. I think he was being nice because the snake plant was, like this thick of a pot. The pot might have been 12 inches, but it was nonstop. It must have had, I'm trying to even think, like 15, 20. I mean, well, no, how many does this have? It had more than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this has 15. This thing must have had 30 stalks coming out of it. It was insane, this snake plant. And this snake plant, which was interesting, was it the one I had in New York would get flowers, which is insane. The veteran, yeah. Let me see if I've got his name. Hang on. Wait, do I have his name? No, but Google it. U.S. Army veteran. I would Google U.S. Army veteran turn signal. Deported is what I would look at. Los Angeles, U.S. Army veteran turn signal, because I doubt there's too many stories about a veteran and a turn signal. U.S. Army veteran turn signal. That could be enough right there. Hold on. Turn. Let's see. This may be, I don't know if he's the Georgia. Well, I'm saying a Georgian guy. I think he's the guy from Georgia. Yeah. Black Army veteran faces deportation after Georgia traffic stop. I think that's the one. He was, I think, maybe put in a facility in LA, but I think this is the, oh, that's a month ago though. No, no, here we go. Oh, LA was Louisiana. I thought it was LA. This is the one. Georgia Army veteran moved to ICE facility in Louisiana as deportation risk escalates. Godfrey Wade lived in the U.S. for decades as a lawful permanent resident until he said an inadvertently missed hearing triggered his deportation. Yeah. Army veteran too. You know, I mean, again, you're welcome, you know, for serving America. Very sad stuff. Anyway, Tulsi Gabbard, I know. Tulsi Gabbard's staying low. I think Tulsi Gabbard is laying very low. Smartly, right? ICE agents seem to be able to stop you for anything they want, which normally should be a total violation of U.S. law. And the Supreme Court under Trump went, you know? So, kind of unbelievable. Pam Bondi is also keeping her head sort of below ground. So remember, because she got into trouble on the Epstein stuff, you know? Oh, hey, Roy. I was going to say, how do you know we're not recorded now? Somebody on YouTube. Anywho, we are in a bad place. This is true. Yes, we're in a very bad place. Oh, the Kavanaugh stops. Exactly. Oh, I don't think any of them would vote Trump out if the cabinet voted today. I don't think so. Hey, Gotti. Well, you missed a lot of the show. We're going to hang out another 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, remember the show starts at an hour, 6:00 Eastern. So almost an hour ago. I saw JD Vance was planning on coming to Minneapolis to have hearings because that'll help. To me, that suggests that you want violence if you're doing that. I think. I suspect he knows what's going to happen if he shows up. He's going to inflame things, and that's the only reason he could be doing it. What would it take to invoke the 25th? A cabinet of Democrats? They're not going to invoke the 25th. It's Trump's cabinet. It's a cult. 92% of Republicans approve of the job Trump is doing overall. Well, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. There was some European was talking today, and some of my American friends were kind of defending America because the European was saying, smart European foreign policy observer, and said, you know, we will never forgive America. You know, you think this is Trump? When Trump goes, we're not forgiving you. You all did this. And a friend of mine kind of jumped in and said, no, that's not true. A lot of us don't support him. And I jumped in and I went, no. This guy was elected president in a democracy. He wasn't just elected president in a democracy, which means we own him, but he was elected twice, right? The American people knew who this guy was. They knew how bad he was. They knew everything that was coming. He said it. He said what he was going to do. And they voted for him anyway because the other lady had a funny laugh. And they went with it. The fact that Trump is doing this to Europe, every single American owns every single thing Trump is doing to Europe, to Americans, to immigrants, to every other issue and person on the planet. We are all responsible. I'm not responsible because I didn't vote for him, but is America responsible? Absolutely, positively. Do you hold America responsible? Absolutely, positively. I'm sorry. We're a democracy. We don't get to play, well, we're a democracy, but sometimes the majority elects horrific people that we knew were going to hurt you, but please don't get upset that we're hurting you when we knew he was going to hurt you. Oh, too bad. You know? So, yeah. Very sad because, well, no. And my more nuanced answer to that is it doesn't matter if you blame or don't blame all Americans. We will always in the future be one election away from electing a crazy person, a hateful, crazy, corrupt leader. We will always be one election away from that happening. We now know Americans are fine with it, right? The people who voted for Donald Trump, 92% approve of what he's doing. They're fine with it. We are always one election away from it happening again. So if you tie yourself to America, whether it's militarily, whether it's economically, thank you, Russell, you will always be in danger of us turning around and doing what we just did to Denmark and Greenland. We will do it again. It just depends on who gets elected and when it happens. Well, yeah, I don't know that I'd go so far as blaming Democrats. I think that pushes it. You can blame America overall, but I wouldn't blame Democrats because they didn't put a fascist up for office and they didn't vote for the fascists. So I don't go that far. But you shouldn't trust us anymore. I mean, what again? Here, easiest thing to ask an American. Okay, can you promise us after Donald Trump is gone that it will never happen again? No, we can't promise you that. Well, like I said about Maya Angelou, right? Trust a man or believe a man when he tells you who he is the first time, right? The first time somebody shows that they're evil or bad or capable of evil, you should believe them. There are no second chances here. And again, it's true. We're going to, we'll have normal leaders for a while, and then we'll elect another crazy person that's going to hurt you because they don't like you guys. And the Republicans talk about Europe this way a lot. They're always attacking Europe. Well, I mean, no. I will say this too. Democrats picking too weak a candidate, You know what? First of all, there's no picking. We're a democracy, okay? I mean, she was the vice president, and it was too close to the election. There was nobody else you could have picked at that point. There's nobody else you could have picked. Biden screwed it up. Biden did say from day one that he wasn't running again, and then he decided he kind of liked it and wanted to run again, right? That was the first problem. Had Biden from the beginning said, we could have had a real primary. But 3 months before the election, you don't have a choice. If it wasn't Kamala Harris, then who's it going to be, right? Are you going to pick Pete Buttigieg, a white guy, and then the blacks get upset and the women get upset? Do you pick Elizabeth Warren, who's a woman and too liberal? Do you pick Gavin Newsom, who's a white man in California? And I mean, right? Oh my God, the guy from Pennsylvania is Jewish. I mean, right? Like, who do you pick that doesn't cause everybody to lose their minds? Nobody. The most obvious person was, I don't think she was a good candidate. I liked her. I thought she was eminently qualified, but I don't think she was a good candidate, was Kamala Harris. She was the obvious person to pick. Bernie, don't go there. Bernie also would have been 110 years old. I mean, it's hard to say, don't worry, we're getting rid of the old guy, picking another old guy. Although you're running against Trump, who's an old guy. So there is that, right? It's hard to say Bernie's old when Trump is old, right? True. Now the thing is, I was reading again yesterday, Kamala Harris is still circling the wagons, or not circling the wagons. She's still flirting with running again. She's going to some of the important places for speeches. I am absolutely seeing flirtations here. I think that would be a mistake at this point. Again, I liked her. I don't think she was a good candidate, but I like the woman. And I just, Trump proved it wrong, but generally speaking, in American politics, if you run for president and you lose, you don't run again. You don't. That's the way it works. You try, you lose, you move on. And I think she should follow that rule. I don't know who should run, but it needs to be somebody else. Here's the real problem, I would say too. For whatever reason, she didn't win. She didn't almost win either. She lost. I mean, she did okay, but she lost. Hillary almost won. She didn't almost win. What worries me is For some reason, people didn't want her and they wanted the crazy guy instead. If she ran again, what makes you think they're not going to pick somebody else who's either crazy or less crazy, right? If they're willing to pick Trump, all you have to do is have, Marco Rubio, JD Vance, somebody who's a little less crazy than Trump, and they vote for him. So I don't know. Hi Sash. Hi. So I worry about that too. I worry about the fact that we don't really know why people voted against her, but they did. I think she had her shot, Again, and I say this, like I said, I like her. But I also think sometimes we need to start thinking like the country. And maybe it's time we had somebody very mainstream that we picked as our candidate. Now, again, it's up to the voters. So it's not like we get a choice. I mean, we get a choice, but meaning you and I don't get to pick who our candidate is. We get to vote for our candidate, but it just kind of, just kind of goes there. We get whoever the majority votes for. Will you please stop? Hi, I love you, but please stop. Anyway, but I did see that yesterday and I was like, oh God, please not the Kamala Harris stuff, relax you. All right. She's not hearing very well. The hearing's even a little worse, I think, which is too bad because it's hard because thank you, Lori. I'm used to, being able to talk to her and have her at least hear. But it's definitely gotten in the last 2 years, it was starting to go. I noticed the vet didn't believe me 2 years ago. I told the vet, he goes, no, her hearing's fine. I was like, it's not fine. Her hearing is not fine, but what do you do? Anyway. Here's the problem. JTA says, I think Marco Rubio is the most decent guy in the Trump team and especially inner circle. Yeah, probably. Probably. But that's grading on a curve. Marco Rubio has shown that he has no backbone whatsoever. No backbone. He's way too conservative for starters. No, you're fine. He's way too conservative for starters, and he has no backbone. So I worry about that as well with him. That he just doesn't. I mean, Ted Cruz is the same way. I mean, a lot of these guys with Donald Trump prove they have no backbone. It doesn't make me very confident for him as president. Honestly, he's a little guy. I think he's a little man in every way, shape, and form. He's this short, weak guy. I don't think he exudes presidential potential. You know what I mean? And then you throw in the way he's been with Trump, where he acts like a little scared boy. Yeah, little Marco. Trump called him little Marco, but he kind of is little Marco, I think, in terms of that, what Trump sort of stereotyped him as being, this small, powerless kid, Roy, thank you for the super chat question. What happens to Trump when the next president cleans up his mess? Can he put Trump in prison for his crimes? He can't pardon himself. We don't know if Trump can pardon himself. It's never really gone through the courts. No president has had the balls to do it yet. Trump would, but it's never gone through the courts as to whether they would let a president pardon himself. That's the first problem. Second of all, the Supreme Court ruling last year made pretty damn clear, or I forget, last year or was it the year before now, made clear that they expanded the immunity the president has so that Trump can do almost anything and get away with it now. Remember, a number of the cases had to be dropped. They actually had to drop some of the cases or alter them because actually, so this must have been 2 years ago because what's his face? Jack, spacing out, what's his name? The special prosecutor was still looking at Trump and had to drop some of the charges against Trump because of the Supreme Court case. So that would have been 2 years ago, right before Trump took over. Jack Smith, yeah. So it's oh yeah. So I don't know that we can go after him on anything. His staff, maybe. They don't have the immunity, but Trump, I mean, what you hope is all the criminal stuff, all the money stuff and everything else, you hope something will stick, or it goes to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court, thank you, Terry, the Supreme Court somehow limits it or something else, right? Where they basically adjust their decision Will you please stop? Oh my God, stop. You're driving me bonkers. This is what I get because she gets a treat at 7:30, and I guarantee you I'm getting no, she doesn't really get much of a treat at 7:30, but I'm getting the 7:30 treat wine now for the next hour. Oh my God. Mark Carney, he was good. The Canadian Prime Minister was very good. Was very good. You know, you're not going out there. She went to the door again as if she's going out there. Yeah, I'm going to let you out there to eat wood. That's not happening. I know. Hi. Anyway, I know the dog does not understand the routine. And I mean, and she's getting old. She probably doesn't feel great. It's like, it's just a little bit of everything, and she can't hear exactly. Well, and I think that's probably it though. She can't hear. So she's a little discombobulated on that front, maybe not can't, but she can't hear well. So that does not help. They have hearing aids for dogs. That's funny. No, she doesn't get her treat till later because again, also then all she does is whine all day long. All day long. There you go. Go lay down. Can you lay down a little bit? Maybe. There. Oh, there we go. Yes. We're laying down in the cat bed for at least a few minutes. There we go. There is a possibility of him getting away with it. Yes, very much so. Yep. Yeah, Mark Kelly could be good. I mean, I don't know. First of all, we're going to pick whoever we pick, but I've got a feeling it needs to be somebody very conservative. When I say conservative, I mean like everything about the person, appearance and everything else. I don't want anything fancy, anything pandering, anything. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, diversity gone. I mean, literally, we need to have like whoever is the most likely to win is who we pick. Forget it. I'd love Pete to be the candidate. He's great, but I'm sure as hell not going to support him because we need a gay guy running. No, that's not going to happen. As far as my reasoning, diversity, I think would not be a good argument to use this time around for the presidential candidate. Doesn't mean we don't have a diverse candidate, but I think it's got to be like Obama. Obama was diverse, but I always said that. I mean, people didn't understand, but I think it's like Obama was black. People say Obama was like half white. Obama was black. Come on. Right. I mean, like white people look at Obama, he's black, but Obama also somehow, I don't know how Obama pulled it off 2 times in this country. I don't know how the hell he did, Yeah, but it wasn't just politics. It was he spoke well, but I'm shocked that America voted for a black president, and I'm shocked that they voted twice for a black president. That blew my mind. I mean, so you never know. You never know. I mean, it worked, obviously, but I still worry about that. So I don't know. But I don't know who would be a good candidate next time. I don't know. I don't think Newsom's smarmy. See, somebody said they thought Newsom was kind of smarmy or slick or whatever. Maybe slick was the word you used. I don't think so. I don't know. I'd like to hear more on his policies, but I like him when he talks. He's smart. His people certainly know how to hit hard. I mean, my God, I can't even show you what they did today. Even YouTube might have a problem with what they did today. I'm going to cover the top. All right. They showed that guy from ICE, that Bovino guy, wearing his coat that looks like it came from World War II Germany. And they made some very specific reference. This is Newsom's press office. Some very specific references to World War II Germany and this guy and his coat. I mean, it was amazing what they did. Is he 5'2"? He looks like he's 5'2". So Newsom knows how to hit hard, and his people are not afraid at all. Oh my God. Like I said, I don't think I can show you what he said because YouTube might be okay with it. TikTok would probably have a conniption fit. I can't show you. TikTok would probably freak out. It was brilliant. But again, I can tell you, Newsom made the direct comparison of this guy to the Germans in World War II because he's wearing what looks like a German World War II outcoat, and didn't just say he looks like he's wearing the coat. He compared him to them. It was like, ooh, I was very, very surprised. It's never going to happen to Eagles, so good luck with that. You can Google and find it yourself. Anyway, but yeah, but their Newsom's team is willing to hit hard politically, which is amazing. Adam Schiff, I love. We love Ruben Gallego. I mean, Ruben's amazing. Ruben's the U.S. Senator for Arizona. Oh, sorry. Ruben's the U.S. Senator from Arizona. We had on the show before. Ruben's amazing. So we like Ruben a lot, obviously. And Ruben just like, boy, Ruben's really no bullshit, which is, again, just kind of amazing. What else? It's cold here today. It's not even that cold today. It's like 36. It's not even that bad. It's actually tomorrow the weather's going to be a little better, and then forget it. Oh. Then I'm going to have the curtains closed because it's going to be like 5 degrees out there or something ridiculous. Which for DC is just hideous. Absolutely hideous. So anyway, there's a big snow coming all over the place. We just don't know who it's hitting and how much. We're all, I mean, much of the country is getting a big snow this weekend. So we just don't know. It's a little early to be predicting totally. And because of where we are with DC, it goes north, it goes south. It's like, you never quite know if it's going to hit us or not here, you know? So National Guard, oh yeah, the National Guard just announced they're going to be patrolling in the nearby park. But they said the park police asked them to. It was like, oh God. So that's going to be fun. So, I mean, again, you know, I would have less problem with the National Guard patrolling if all this other crap weren't going on and if it wasn't Donald Trump, you know? I just don't trust any of these guys now. You know? More snowstorms in Kamchatka. Well, I did see the pictures from Kamchatka, the really deep snow, what do you call it? I'm losing all my words tonight. Snowbanks, you know, when the snow blows up with the wind. Snow drifts. Thank you, Russell. God, my English is gone. Snow drifts. Thank you. Oh my God, whiny dog. Uh-huh. Nothing is better than hearing you all day long whine. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy. Was hoping the medicine was going to fix it. It didn't. She's always been vocal, and now she is way more vocal. In the last year, she's become just anything she wants is, it's like, you know, oh my God. No, I feel bad for her. She's 16. I feel bad for her. But she's also just getting, I don't even think she's in pain. I mean, I think her arthritis is bothering her, but I think she wants stuff, and she's learned to whine now whenever she wants stuff. Sasha slander, exactly. Exactly. Emil, I don't know what does the word mean though? I know Ober, but and it's usually like a title for the German, but I don't know what the other word means. The rest of the word. Where's JD Vance? Laying low, I'm sure. I know. Yeah, 18. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for her though, because and like I said, she's on painkillers because the vet thinks she's got arthritis. So her walk was a little off, and you know, now we're on the pills. Hopefully, you know, I got to give her pill after the show. What is that? Top Chef or something? Oh, that's funny. I thought it was something referring to the World War II Germans. That's funny. Hi. I know. Hi. Vance is going to Minnesota. Yes, that we know. That's bad. Yes, that's bad. That's okay. That's okay, Linda. I don't know if the news is going to be much better here than anywhere else. Meaning, you know, it's all pretty bad news, but you know. So, well, the Melania Trump documentary, I thought I heard, was it true that it wasn't doing very well? That they like all the advanced sales were not doing well for the Melania Trump documentary, which, I mean, who the hell wants to see a Melania Trump documentary? Melania Trump documentary. Let's see. Netflix. They all had to pander. They so had to pander. Oh, Melania Trump's $40 million documentary gamble is headed for empty chairs and low streams. There's a difference between a movement and a movie audience. While the polls show Donald Trump has the voters, the advanced ticket numbers for Melania show something else entirely. His supporters are happy to vote for him, but they aren't willing to pay to watch a 104-minute transition vlog directed by Brett Ratner. Despite the president's recent claims that tickets to the premiere at the newly renamed Trump Kennedy Center are very hard to get, industry tracking tells a different story. Tracking models are currently projecting a domestic opening in the low single-digit millions, a fraction of the $40 million Amazon paid for it. One source told Hollywood insider Rob Shooter that in New York, only a handful of seats have been booked. The studio was expecting a big turnout, but so far it's not. But you expected a big turnout in New York? It turns out that even the most loyal base has a limit, and asking them to shell out $25 for a movie that feels like a long-form campaign ad might be crossing it. $25? They charge $25 for you to rent this Melania movie? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not surprised because, Trump, trying to charge more. They'll pay, Oh, I'm never going to watch this thing. Are you kidding me? The promos are being booed in theaters. Oh my God. They're having the nerve to put promos in theaters. Oh my God. Oh, that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. Wow. That's nuts. That's funny. Oh, I'd love to be at a theater and have them try to show that thing. Absolutely hilarious. Huh? Well, that's good. That's very good. Oh, well. Poor Melania. Oh, well. Yeah. $40 million. Oh, yesterday, I think, was Sasha's birthday. Good catch, Jeffrey. I forgot about that. I never got her official birthday, but we always thought it was around January 20th. So yes, I think yesterday, I forgot yesterday was her birthday. Yeah. So happy birthday, whiny dog. Happy birthday, whiny dog who can't hear me. She does hear. I have to clap my hands or speak loudly and she'll hear. She can hear if she's just finished eating, I can drop the treat in her bowl and the pinging, you got to love her too. The pinging of her treat hitting the bowl, that she hears. So you got to love, there are things she still hears. Of course, it's food related. Of course. Yeah, I know. And Brutus is gone, which kind of sucks because she doesn't get that anymore. So I feel bad too. Cause it's just, but she also stopped playing. So later at night, she comes up to me and wants to play, but she doesn't want to play. So she stopped. She used to be into balls and all sorts of stuff. She doesn't like anything anymore. So she comes to me and goes, haha, let's play. And literally there's nothing I can do. I have bought every toy on the planet. There's nothing she wants to play with. So it's kind of anyway, I feel very bad, but the cold weather I'm sure isn't helping either, but it's, she literally goes haha. And I talk her through it. I go, what do you want me to do? There's nothing you will play with me. Absolutely not. I can't. And that's true. She might be, the thing is, her play stuff is not pain. The play stuff is just, she just, I know I should look and see if you can give that for dogs, but I'd be a little nervous I don't want to talk about it too much on here. I'd be a little nervous about whether it's regulated sufficiently for dogs. I wouldn't want to give her something that would hurt her, for pain. A ragdoll kitten. She does like destroying toys. That's for sure. Absolutely likes destroying toys. Yeah. The storm could be bothering her. The cold could be bothering her. It's relatively warm in here, relatively. Although now, like I said, the next few days, tomorrow's going to be nice. And then it's going to be hideous. I'm probably going to leave her sweater on because the next, oh God. Yeah. Friday's low is 13. Saturday's low is 7. Ooh. And 7, I think I looked, it's is it negative 12 or negative 13 Celsius? But that's an evening low, but still. But the daytime high is 18, which again is horrible. Actually, this is bad. We've got a week of bad temperatures. I mean, the high 18 to 28, that's less bad, but the high in the 20s is still not good. The low 7 to 13, oh, that's bad again. I'm in Washington, D.C., but that's going to be very bad. So I'm not looking for it because she's going to hate it. My apartment gets cold. I'm going to have to leave the curtains shut. It's just like everything about it's going to not be fun. Oh yeah, the wind chill, forget it. The wind chill will be fun too. Oh, I know. Wisconsin, I know. Well, actually, Illinois just had the anniversary of, because I saw the video and I went, oh my God, 1985, January 18th, 19th, maybe 19th. And I remember I was at school in Champaign and we were, I know we were at school. It was, the wind chill was negative 85. It was 85 or 90. Cause I remember, we had to wear cause we still went out to study and stuff. Class wasn't canceled. And we had multiple layers on where I remember I had a scarf, a hoodie, a ski jacket, and I had to have, a ski coat. I had to have a ski hat over a hoodie that was over a scarf. And that was the first time, you Canadians are familiar with this. That was the first time in my life that my eyelashes froze. I got the condensation from my eyelashes was where they turn white and get frozen. It was insane. In my life, I've never experienced that cold of a wind chill ever. It was 85 or 90 below wind chill. But the actual temperature was, they told us what it was. What was it? Was it 25 below? What was the temperature? I think it was 25 below, I think was the temperature itself. I forget now. Anyway, it was, that was not fun, but I'm still not looking forward to this here. It was still pretty hideous there. Anyway, yeah, for Canada, less bad. I appreciate that. But, Mongolia gets down to negative 40 at night. Oh, wow. Wouldn't have thought that. Wow. 25 below as a boy band. 98 degrees. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to go give the dog her pill. All right, you're getting your pill. Since I forgot her pill earlier, she's getting her pill now. We had to wait until the food left her system a little bit. All right, have a good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the gifts and everything else. I will see you all mañana. Thank you, Discordians. We'll let you guys go first. Otherwise, be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern, our usual. But Greenland is free. Dobby is free. Greenland is free. So that's good at least. I mean, he'll be back. And knowing Trump again, he could invade tomorrow, but at least, in principle, things are better right now. So, all right. Good night, YouTube. All right, you.